Hello, I'm Ms. Caramagno, and this is a lesson in how to take ReseachLog Cornell notes. You can use these notes to take notes on any research project, whether it's for a history class, science, English, or even a class at university. The first thing you need to do is to set up your paper in the typical Cornell Notes fashion. To do that, we're going to fold the side with the holes 1/3 of the way across the paper. That means that the distance from here to here will be about the same distance as from here to here. I'm going to mark this fold with a pen so that you can see it more easily. In about the last 3 lines of the page, I'm going to draw a line across the page, just like you would do with typical Cornell notes. But instead of putting your summary here, you're just going to write content of this page. This will tell you later what notes you've taken on this page without having to read through all the notes. That will help you a lot if you're trying to find something quickly. Now you want to remember to put your name and period at the top of the paper. If you're taking a lot of research notes for many different classes, you might also include the name of the class these notes are for. At the top of the page, where normally you would put the title of the lecture or the chapter that you are taking notes on, we're going to write something a little bit different for these research log notes. You're actually going to write the question you're trying to answer with your research. I'm going to be researching the role of women in Victorian era. Specifically, I'm going to be looking for jobs that women held at this time. Now, I'm going to be doing research in a book. The book that I'm going to be doing research in is called Wild Women of the Old West. It's a good book for finding out about the kinds of jobs that women in this era might have held. Because this is a research project, I want to make sure that I know where all my information came from. I'm going to use this information in my bibliography, and I would also use it if I were going to have in-text citations or footnotes with a paper that goes with this research project. In order to record the information I need to know what goes into a bibliography entry for a book. I happen to have a list of that information right here. For a book, I need to know who the author is, what the book title is, what the city of publication is, who the publisher is, and what the copyright date is. I'm not actually composing my bibliography at this time. I'm just collecting the kinds of information I'm going to need later to do my bibliography. The first thing I need is the author. I'm going to put that here on the left-hand side of the Cornell notes. This book has been edited by Glenda Riley and Richard W. Edulain. I'm going to use their names as the author's names because they're the official editors of this book. Because they're editors, I'm going to write editors here. I have to write both their names. Now I need the book title. The title of this book is Wild Women of the Old West. Next, I need the city of publication. Normally, you'll have to open the book to find this information, and it is usually on a very early page. Here, I can see that this book was published in Golden, Colorado, and that the publishing company is Fulcrum Publishing, which I'm going to need later. The next thing I need is the copyright date. I may have to turn another page to find the copyright date. In fact, I can find it right here. And the copyright for this book is 2003. Only now that I have all the information to write my bibliography later, or my Works Cited page, can I take notes. At this point, I would read the book in the sections that I need to cover, and I would take notes on this side of the page. I might take bullet notes, or outline notes, I might include quotes from the text that I find particularly useful. I might also include a chart or diagram, if there are any, in order to create more information to use later for my research project. But because I'm taking notes on the kinds of jobs that women have at this time period, I might just have a list of jobs that are mentioned in this book, with maybe some descriptions about what each job entailed. Now that I have the notes, I'm going to write what I've included on this page at the bottom so I can find it easily. And because this page is about jobs for women, that's what I'm going to write at the bottom. If I'd finished taking notes and was ready to start with another source, I would draw a line here to show that this information came from this source, and I would put new source information here and new notes here. I might still be answering the question, what kinds of jobs did women have? Here is a list of the types of information that you'll need for different types of sources. We've just done a book together. Here's the information you need for an encyclopedia, one you might find in the library. Here's the information you need for a web page, and here's the information you need for a lecture. There are other sources that you can get information from as well, like videos or databases, and each of those has a different list of information that you need to complete your works cited or bibliography page. You can find details about those sources in the pages I have given you for this research project or on the internet at my webpage under World Studies Documents. I will include a note with that webpage and those links at the bottom of this video's identification. You are going to need to turn in notes from 6 different sources to complete this part of your final assignment. Thank you for going through this lesson with me, and good luck with all your research.